And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, and the real reason we're here tonight. We'd like to introduce you to Carla, our 14 Treatment Grant Scholarship recipient, and she is an incredible example of everything that Project Heal strives for.
Project Heal's 14th Treatment Grant recipient. And before I begin my speech, I just want to thank everyone here tonight for coming and for supporting a great cause that works to change the lives of people like me. And I also want you guys to remember that every donation made tonight will help another person get the quality of treatment that they deserve. And I also want to thank co-founders Leanna Rosenman and Christina Satcom. I wouldn't be here without them, so thank you. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Project Heal and a little bit about myself. I am 22 years old. I am a college graduate. I am a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm an aspiring author and publisher. But I also struggle with bulimia. As a treatment grant recipient, Project Heal helped me to attain the inpatient and outpatient treatment that I needed once I wanted to get better. Part of the main reason I was afforded a treatment grant was due to the fact that neither I nor my family could afford the quality of treatment that I needed. And once I was ready to accept my disorder and to look for help, I realized that there was no means to pay for the treatment that I needed in order to get better, and that is where Project Heal came in. But it took me 6 years to get there. It took me 6 years to accept that I had a problem. Throughout high school and throughout college, like a secret agent, I had a double identity that only few expected. My parents, the two people closest to me, were always working, and when they began to notice that something was wrong during my senior year of high school, they never suspected it was something as devastating and as dangerous as bulimia nervosa. And once I left for college, where I thought everything was going to be great, I was going to be a new person, I found myself at the lowest point of my eating disorder. I was engaging with my disorder more than I was in class. My grades were disastrous, and all the friends I had made, I lost because of secrecy and denial. And so, for my first year of college, all I had was my bulimia. And then, for the rest of my college career, rather than getting the help for the eating disorder I had, I developed a routine in which I was able to give attention to both my grades and my disorder. And in order to succeed and to function academically, I found a schedule in which I would study for hours and then engage in my eating disorder for hours. But somewhere deep down, I knew this was no way to live. I was consumed by 2 full-time jobs, being a student and being a slave to bulimia. And then last summer, before my last semester of college, reality sank in. I realized that I couldn't even remember a time where I wasn't sick. I began to wonder who I had become. And I worried that my life and my identity was now wrapped around an eating disorder. So I started to seek treatment on my own, because telling my parents the truth, that I had an issue I couldn't fix, and putting the burden on them, 2 immigrants that slaved their lives to give me everything and put me through college, was too heartbreaking. I couldn't fathom asking my parents to deal with an issue that they didn't understand, and to send me to treatment that they couldn't afford. And as I began my search, I came across the Columbia Center for Eating Disorders, an amazing treatment program that was able to offer free treatment in exchange for research participation. And it was on their website, under the Information and Resources tab, that I found Project Heal. At first I thought their site was a spam. What did I know? Did an organization that funded eating disorder treatment really exist? So I did my research and discovered that 2 young girls that have struggled just like me started Project Heal. Seeing them smiling on their website and reading about all that they've accomplished began to convince me that their triumph could also be my triumph. Through Project Heal and Christina and Leanna's story, I began to see that my eating disorder did not have to be my narrative, but rather, I could turn something devastating into something amazing. And so, without telling anyone, I began my application. That summer, I prayed every day for that treatment grant. I don't think I've ever wanted anything so badly. Then in October, after a summer of waiting, I received the wonderful news that I had been awarded a treatment grant. I had never been more excited, humbled, and thankful. Before sending me to the Columbia Center for Eating Disorder, Project HEAL allowed me to graduate and to walk at my college graduation. The extra time Project HEAL gave me also afforded me the opportunity to tell my parents the truth, that I was sick, struggling, and also going into an inpatient unit upon graduation. As you can guess, that conversation was the most difficult conversation I've ever had. But on the day I graduated, my parents were there for me, smiling and proud. And then on the day I left for the unit, although I was crying, freaking out, and saying I can't do it, they were there for me, smiling and proud. I was at the Columbia Center for Eating Disorders for a little bit over 2 months, and I wouldn't change that time for anything. I learned so much about myself and about bulimia. And then after completing my treatment at Columbia, Project HEAL funded a full month of intensive outpatient at EDU 180, which was more than I could have ever asked for. Needless to say, I don't think I would have ever received the treatment I received had it not been for Project HEAL. I don't think I would have received the quality of treatment I received had it not been for Project HEAL. And today, I can stand here before all of you and say that I am healthier than I have been in over 6 years. And I do believe it is because Project HEAL gave me the opportunity that I needed. Had it not been for their treatment grant, I would have never gone into treatment, nor would I have told anyone that I was sick. Project HEAL gave me a second chance at life. They gave me hope, and most importantly, they gave me a shot at recovery. And it would be beautiful to end my story by saying that after Project HEAL and after treatment, that all my issues are gone. But for those that know anything about eating disorders, you know that is not the case. Recovery is a long process, and I am still battling and on the offensive. But at least now, because of Project HEAL and because of everything that they did for me, I have the skills, the knowledge, the motivation, and the support to wake up every morning and fight my bulimia and win. Thank you.